Welcome to the Pretty Red ENT Show. It's your girl, guys, Nikita, aka Pretty Red ENT. All right, I'm just sending some love and light out to the world today. I want to let y'all know. Oh man, it's been a beautiful day for me. It's Friday the 13th. Okay. Where is Jason? I was playing with my son today. I was like, Malachi, you know it's Friday the 13th? He was like, what? I said, you know what happens on Friday the 13th? He was like, what? I was like, Jason comes out. He started laughing. He was like, but Jason is scared of fire. He is so cute. By the way, I love my son. I guess I just kind of wanted to get on here and talk to you a little bit about what happened to me today. So all day today, it's been kind of like a good moment in life. And people be like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, it's been kind of good for real for me. Like, I'm like experiencing things that I haven't experienced before. So it all started today. I went over there and I was about to just wait to it got time to go see my doctor. And then I want to see my grandma. Yeah, my grandma was like, I don't want you at my house. Get out. I'm like, what? Girl, when you laid down and did your business with my granddaddy, you decided that you was going to have grandkids at that moment. She was like, no, I did. Hey, y'all, my grandma's responses are very funny. Like, if you know me, you ever met my grandma, like, you'd be like, oh my gosh, man, she's mega hilarious. But it was funny. But it's real, though. It's a real answer. I mean, maybe if y'all grandma tell y'all to get out or y'all mama, like, you should just say it like that. Well, you know, you decided to like lay down, you know, and get busy and create a child. And so if this child want to just come over your house to eat, technically, are you still responsible for me or no? That's the real question. You feel me? Like, are you still responsible? But then I went to see my doctor. She's so funny. And because my old doctor, he left. Oh my gosh, I really feel like crying. I love that man. That man is a beautiful doctor. Whoever got him, baby, you hit the jackpot. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, he's really the bomb.com. So me and her had a very good conversation. I was telling her about like different things that I was changing in my diet. And I was like, a lot of people don't, when they're like, if you're trying to lose weight or if you're just trying to like maintain your weight or just eat healthier, a lot of people don't eat for their blood type. And this is me giving y'all free juice. Okay. Pay attention. Shots fired. A lot of people got to start eating by their blood type. A lot of things, like if, say for instance, too, if you're native to this land, your family is, a lot of this food that's created now is not native to this land. So imagine you eating something that technically your body's really not supposed to eat. And so you're eating that. So you got to figure out like about you, know the things about you. So I really did a lot of research on like blood types and what kind of food to eat, what kind of food not to eat. And me and my doctors talk about that. I said, why don't y'all doctors tell people that like if they have like if their weight goes up and down, like you need to explain to them like different things. I was like, the one thing I did not know is that for my blood type, that a particular food isn't good for that. It makes our weight go up. But I was explaining to her, I was like, man, I just eat a little bit and I gain like 5 pounds. I'm like, what the heck is that? But it's every time I ate a particular food. And so when I did that research on my blood type, it really set things into place for me to actually like, I was like, oh, and then when you start to do inventory on your life, you're like, you know what? Let me see when my weight was up. Because if you know me, you know my weight go up and down, baby. And when I be snatched, I be snatched. And then when I be big, I be big. But I'm still cute. I'm still me. I'm still pretty red ENT, okay? Like, nah, for real. Like, some people lose weight or gain weight and they change who they are. I'm still me. I don't care. Like, people know me. Like, if you know me, you know, like, I have the same exact energy. I don't switch up my energy. It is what it is. I don't care who likes it, who don't like it, as long as I like it. As long as I love me and the inside of me, I'm all right. I'm the same person. Now, when I do like lose a lot of weight, I don't be doing all those extra dances that I do when I'm a little bit bigger. But yeah, I be like, you know what? I'm chilling. No, like, I remember one day because it was like, so you ain't about to just drop down and get your eagle on no more. Like, now that you done lost your way, I said, why? I done proved my point. I know how to do it. I'm not finna prove that now that I got smaller. Like, no, like, you acting crazy. But in general, guys, like, know your weight, get to know yourself on a deeper level, like, especially when it comes to, like if you're trying to lose weight or if you're trying to like maintain your weight or if you're just trying to eat healthier, like I would say start at your blood type first, because that is your DNA makeup is a part of like your blood. So figure that out first. So my next thing I want to say is I had a very interesting conversation with my caseworker. I love her. I've always liked her. Like, it was just something about her voice. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I remember the first day I came down here. And I was talking to you, and she was my caseworker then, but then she was like, she's like, yeah. I was like, you're a really good woman. And then I was telling her some things. I was like, I don't know what's going on, but every time you come, I be late, and I wake up when you call me. Like, and then she's like, every time I talk to you, I don't think you understand. Like, you're talking to me without knowing me about something that I'm going through. It's crazy. And I was like, yeah. She's like, but today me and her had a real deep conversation. And I want to talk about it because I think I was trying to figure out like why some people be looking at me the way they do and why some people act the way they do around me and in general. And she was like, listen, she's like, I'm not going to lie to you. You was all right when I was just, chilling, like saying hi to you. But since I became your caseworker, she was like, when I see you, I was like, yeah, it's going to be a problem with her. I don't know what it's going to be. And I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I just know it's something about you. I don't know what it is, but I know it's something about you. But she was like, when I got off the phone with you, I felt 100% better. Like, my energy did, and I was helping her out, giving her some juice, like, what I do, my spiritual job. You know me, how I get down. But what I learned is that when some people see me, like if you're a spiritual person, you highly spiritual and different things like that, and people are watching you, or like you can just walk into a room. Sometimes just your presence, your energy will trigger people. You don't understand what I'm saying until you understand, like, and you start to really heal and you go around people. I remember when I was first doing womb work, I was triggering my whole entire family. Like, I'm talking about, sometimes I ain't even say nothing. They just bust out like, I know I got to deal with this. But I ain't ready to. I'm like, I didn't say nothing. I'll just call you back. I'm like, but I didn't say anything to you. I just said hello. And now you're flipping out on me. Like, what's really going on? And I always tell people, like, once you start really doing work, healing work, like really doing that actual work, like actually, some people would be like, well, I just want to let it go. But you're not really dealing with your emotions around a situation that happened. And you ain't dealing with them. You're not dealing with them correctly. So what happens is that they're going to keep manifesting in different ways until you actually go back and do it. So the one thing that I will say that I really learned today was that, like, sometimes when I always used to wonder, like, why when people see me, they're either standoffish or like they won't say nothing, but they'll stare. But now I know, because she explained it to me a little bit. And I was like, wow, I was like, there's nothing that I need to fix. That just let me know that I'm in the position and doing what I need to be doing as a spiritual person, a spiritual healer, a spiritual coach, a spiritual guide. a whole goddess, because that's what goddesses do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we spread love and light. Like, you can, whatever goddess that you are, whatever you do it the way that you do. I'm a love and light worker, so I'm always like, but my energy's always like that. I'm always high energy. I really, I really don't care. Not to say I don't care for people or their feelings, but at some point I used to care, like, oh my gosh, what if I say this? This person's not going to like that. At this point where I'm at now, today, I just say it because somebody might need to hear it. And when I remember I was waking up to like all my spiritual gifts and different things, I remember some of my some people's spiritual guys or their higher self used to talk to me. They'd be like, say it the way you say it, because only you can connect with people the way that you do. I don't know how you do what you do, but you do it. And I remember a guy was shouting me out. A guy was like, listen, I assign certain people to help them, heal them out, but they just randomly walk past you and you just over here just helping them. And this is not the people I assigned to you. I'm so proud of you. Like, oh my gosh. Like, but it's the way you do it. Most people don't do it your way. You actually do it in their love language. You do it right where they at. I don't know. I need more spiritual people to do what you do. Like, go where they are at, not where you at, but where they at, and actually talk to them. So I really thank you. Like, the universe, the Mother Earth, and God, like, they really like, I'm so proud of you. Like, you, I know you're the bomb and you took in the mouth, and I know you're the bomb and you took it in the mouth. So I really tell people that, like, that really did something to me and made me see myself in a different light by having a conversation with her. She was like, she was really open with me. And I always tell people, like, I don't like giving a reading out to people, not less they ask. And I feel like they really need it. And people be like, what do you mean? Like, some people don't need a reading. Like, what you need a reading for? Like, your life is good. What you need a reading for? But when it comes to like doing Reiki or just, I have, when you have that love and light energy, and for my love and light workers or for my light workers, you know what I'm talking about. When you have a particular energy, and when I'm charged all the way up, oh yeah. When I'm charged all the way up, I have animals that walk up to me. People be like, oh, my dog's gonna bite you. Dog don't touch me. The dog don't bite me. The dog don't do anything to me. And it's like, they'll sit there and protect me. Like, I remember my friend, she got her dog trained a certain way. And I went over there to her house, and she's like, man, you can't come in my house. I'm like, man, like, where's the dog at? And her dog usually runs, jumps up on people, bite everybody. This dog ran up to me and sat down right next to me. She was like, oh my gosh, who are you? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, my dog don't do that to nobody. My dog is trained to bite people. So she was sitting up there playing with me, and she kind of like fake swung on me, and her dog bit her over me. And I just met her dog. So I'm telling y'all, when y'all are in your high vibration energy and different things like that, it just, people feel you different. And so when I'm in my like love and light energy, when I'm charged up, people feel that. That lady was like, I don't know what it is about you, but it's like when I'm in this room with you, I feel complete. Like, and it's like my energies, everything I was worried about, like, you reassured me, like, just by like talking to me. And like, I always tell people, like, I tell you what I'm feeling and hearing and all of that, but you use your discernment, because I might say it's like your grandma, but it might be like your aunt, but your aunt might have played a role as your grandma, or your aunt probably was your grandma, like your aunt probably your grandma for real, for real. And people don't understand that, like, maybe not this time of reincarnation, but like when your energy first started, they were your grandma. And so they came back, and then they came back as your aunt. So you got to understand, like, there's different things and different levels. Like, I always tell people, like, like, this might be my earth mom. I claim my mom, but no, that's my baby. I was like, well, I be telling my mom all the time, like, I'm your mama for real. She was like, all right, whatever, like, bye. But not for real though. So it really helped me understand me. And like, cause I was trying to like really, I sat with a question recently. It was like, do I really intimidate people? Like, and try to like really work on that. And I guess what God was showing me in the universe and Mother Earth was saying like, it's not that in my ancestors, in my angels, because they really work with me, my spiritual guides and myself, like my spirit. And they were like, it's not that you intimidate people. It's sometimes that like you are a truth seeker. So if you being truthful, that means everybody around you got to be truthful. If you are a healer at heart and you do what you're supposed to do, then everybody else is around you. They got to do that too, because that's your energy. So whether or not they feel intimidated, that's something that they feel in themselves. Like that's not nothing with you because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So I was like, oh my gosh. And my caseworker, she's like, I thank you so much. Like you are a beautiful soul. And I was like, I said, don't thank me. Thank God. Thank the universe. Thank Mother Earth. Thank your angels and ancestors because, you know, like, or give praises to my ancestors. Like, you feel me? Like, if you believe in, like, praising the ancestors over anything, then give praises to my ancestors that the fact that they actually work with me to be open enough to come and talk to people. You get what I'm saying? Because at all times, like, there's some spiritual people out there that you can see them on the street and say hello and they'll walk and not say nothing to you. I'm one of them people, you see me on the street, I'm gonna be like, hey, how you doing? And we can actually sit up there and rap and talk. And I'm one of them people where I'm open. Like, you can talk to me just about anything. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not here to judge. The only person that can judge you is the person in the mirror. That's what people really don't understand. Lil Wayne was talking about that, but y'all diss my man sometimes. But that's neither here nor there. You feel me? Because Lil Wayne, my God. But he right. The only person that can judge you is the person in the mirror. So you really judging yourself and you think other people are judging you when it's really you. So I humbly say that all the time, guys, like really tap in and figure out you. So this actually helped me out. So let me get to my end part. So then I had my caseworker boss called me. She's like, hey, I need you to do this. I was like, all right. She's like, so I just start randomly talking to her. Cause I want her to know like some things. Like you gotta know your opponent. I always tell people like, listen, you gotta know your opponent. Like, hey, this person might be a whole earth angel over here. So you gotta know like if you certain things you don't do to an earth angel that you might can do to someone else. But imagine you dealing with somebody who came here and they ancestors, you know, this person is the one that they chose. Here you go, about to fight a whole battle with a whole team. And your family ain't even gonna support that. They gonna be on her team. So here you go in a battle now by yourself. So I was talking to her and I said, so what do you think that this world needs to change? And I was like, even about like our government and different things like that. So she goes on a rant and I say, well, listen, this United States is not called that. They stole this land. They rape people. Get what I'm saying? Oh, well, you don't need what she said. I'm going to quote her. She said, I don't think you need to speak on things that's not grounded. I said, baby, this was already grounded. This was in the roots. You must forgot that they built over a lot of the natives to this land. Okay. Not to anything else, but to this land. They built over a lot of our stuff. Like, hey, like we had like different things that we do. Like, okay, prime example, y'all cut down our biggest trees. Are you serious right now? You call them mountains, but they was really trees. And they were big. And this is how we healed. And we had different energy ports, but you took them out and you kept them for yourself. And so now you're going to sit over here and tell me not to speak on something that I know is true. So I was like, yeah, you know, right now in Washington, D.C., they actually do have a petition where they're supposed to pay Black people reparations. OK, let me clap for that one. And she told me I didn't know what I was talking about. And I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, so you must ain't been watching the news. You must watch the news from your point of view. Well, I have a master's degree. I don't care if you have a master's degree. I don't feel like I have to have a degree with something that I was born to do. Okay, this is the most dumbest thing ever. I was born to do the job that I do now, and I have to pay to get a degree to do my job that I'm already doing right now. It doesn't make sense to me. It's not making logical sense, okay? I don't understand that. Say, for instance, someone is very good at doing cars. Now they got to go to school to fix cars when they already know how to do that? That doesn't make sense. I got to spend it like, bro, like, let me do me. If you were to allow people to do exactly what they love to do without a degree, man, this world would be better. They do this to keep people mind, to keep control over people. That's what that is. It's a control thing. So when me and her was talking, and every time I talk about like, yeah, you know, the black people, we get our, I said, they do not give the black people reparations. This land is coming down. You ain't seen it so far. Like, what do you think is going on right now? You must not understand something. The more y'all keep not giving us our money, this land is coming down, because technically this land wasn't made for anybody else besides the people that was here before Christopher Columbus brought his butt over here. Okay, so let's get that straight. So when you talking to somebody who's spiritual and we woke and different things like that, don't tell me to be quiet when God told me to talk. The universe told me to speak. Mother Earth told me to talk. Baby, debate with them. Don't debate with me. Debate with the maker. Don't debate with me. Debate with the maker. And that's on everything I love, like moving forward. And I'm on that. Like, and you know, I love when Mars back, baby. Mercury's gonna end. I feel the energy, but like I tell people all the time, like, you got to be prepared. You got to be the one. But what I told her is, you can't tell me not to speak on something. Well, you need to use your voice correctly. I'm using my voice very fine. So you better be careful how you deal with me, how you talk to me. You ever Cardi B said, be careful with me. That's on everything I love. And I'll be telling people that, like, bruh, I don't know. But I do know some things that I keep to myself. It ain't time to reveal that. But what I will say is, sometimes what I say go. People don't listen to me. You ain't gotta listen to me, but you gonna find out later. I'm good at that. I can run into a person, tell them something, I'll be like, all right. Well, they like, I'm like, all right, well, you gonna see. And then a few months later, they talk about, oh man, like, I don't know what you did to me. I didn't do nothing to you. I was just probably here just to assist you, to tell you what was gonna happen to you. I remember one day I was sitting outside of my house, and I seen this dude, and I don't know, like, something just wanted me to talk to him. And then I was like, hey. And he was like, well, can I get your number? I was like, yeah, call me, because something's up with you. And he was like, what you talking about? And then I talked to him on the phone, and I was telling him, he's like, so do you have a dude or whatever? But I was like, listen, the guy I really like at the time, maybe still, but the guy I like, I know I seen him come out of your house, and he said that y'all was his people, so I ain't even gonna talk to you like that, because I really like him. So here's the thing, I got a message for you, and I gave him the whole message. He was like, and this is what I be telling people, when I'm talking to you and I'm telling you your feelings, and you tell me, nah, that ain't that, but it's really that, I'm gonna just let you be. This year I ain't gonna dive deep. I'm just gonna be like, you know what, you right, I'm gonna just stop. But I told him what I got in the messages. I was like, you better get ready, because it's about to, like, your life is about to change, but you got to be ready and pay attention to your friends. And so one day I remember I was walking to, me and my brother was walking, because a lot of people think my brother's my man, but that's neither here nor there. Me and my brother was walking. He was like, hey, he said something to my brother. He's like, do you mind if I holler at your girl? My brother was like, that's my sister, but you could talk to her. Like, she right here. Like, and I was like, what's up? I was like, why are you talking like that? He's like, listen, I want to tell you thank you. And I was like, why? And he was like, because you gave me a message, and I like ignored it, and I didn't know why, but I want to say thank you. Because if it wasn't for you, I would be a little bit not okay right now. And I told him everything happens for a reason. Get what I'm saying? And he was like, wow, like, you're amazing. I was like, I know. But he told me thank you so many times. Like, anytime he see me out, he like waved to me. He be telling his people like, yeah, man, like, if it wasn't for this girl. I'm like, man, don't thank me, thank the universe. Like, because you believe in the universe, thank the universe. Because I wouldn't be able to say anything to you if it wasn't like my heart. Get what I'm saying? My heart really is into the work that I do. A lot of people's heart's not into it. Like, when readers be like, I don't want to do no love reading, I'd be like, baby, I don't even listen to you. You don't believe in love. What kind of stuff is that? You know what I'm saying? You don't believe in love. So that really throws me off with people when, you know, like, y'all gotta listen to people too. Cause I know like certain people be out there getting readings and stuff and like are watching readings on TV or YouTube or, you know, different things like that. But some people, like, guys, you gotta see what these people really believe in. And everybody readings you shouldn't be in tune with. And I say that because some people don't get their readings from the way that spiritual people do it. You feel me? Or just, I remember the one girl, I'm going to give an example. The one girl who was doing readings, she had like a leprechaun. Okay. I don't know if you know what that means, or an elf, but I kind of do now. But she was giving readings out and get her answers through an elf. So y'all gotta be careful, like, doing certain stuff with people, because, man, you gotta see what they doing. Like this one girl, she was praying. I don't know. She was praying to a devil to give her answers. And I'm like, listen, baby, I don't know what you doing, how you doing it, and who you praying to, but I don't know if what you're saying is correct. They ain't got nothing to do with me, but I wish you the best. And I hope that it can bring you healing, whatever you got going on. And I was like, but I'll tell my friend, I was like, I can't be in this room. She's like, I just wanted to see how you felt about her. I was like, I can't be in this room. I don't like it. But she also didn't like to do love readings. When people don't like to do love readings and stuff like that, you got to pay attention to them, because something's wrong. Like, you should always be doing readings because you love to do it. So why wouldn't you love to do love readings? That's crazy to me. So pay attention, guys. But back to my social worker. Her crazy, but like, I don't know, like the boss lady, you know, some people, they be intimidated, or they don't want to hear certain things or talk about certain things. They want to talk about like, first of all, guys, some of the stuff that's ran through this country doesn't make sense. Like, how does England have anything to do with the United States, and they didn't have nothing to do with them before? So what's going on? We need to cut ties with these people. Why do we have to keep ties with them? Like, why can't we cut ties? Doesn't make sense. And so she was talking about the war. Well, hold on, honey. You're talking about the war, right? Like, both of my grandfathers fought in the war, and you know that they didn't pay one of them, and they barely wanted to pay the other one, and they had them on the front line. So excuse me, ma'am, Karen, if I can't agree with you when it comes to the war. It's no disrespect, because I mean, my white friends know I'm not racist, but I'm just speaking facts. Like, my friends, they even tell you, like, they were like, if you actually did the research, you would feel the same way. Like, how would you feel if, because you were black, because you were white, they put you on the front line to die, to fight for a country that's not even treating your people right, your women right, your children right? Are you serious? Like, come on now, that doesn't make any sense to me. So y'all got to see things from other people's point of view. But when some people talk, also, guys, like, y'all got to understand, when black people are talking, if you know you're not racist, then when we say white people, the racist ones, you should not comment, because that shoe doesn't fit you, right? The only time I really see people getting upset is people who are borderline racist. You know what I'm saying? I went to high school with white people, so I'm telling you what I know. Like, I could be in class like, well, I think this is a point of view from a white person. Like, this is how you feel as a, like this is and that. Because I remember I used to sit on there, and y'all got to understand something about me. In high school, in 12th grade, we had a teacher that was teaching students, if they are white and they go downtown Cincinnati, they're going to get shot. Because that's all black people do, is kill people. And I was like, well, do black people stand there with a cover over their face that's black and attack white people just because they white? Because I was like, I raised my hand because I'm sitting up there with goals, and some people don't know why I had goals in high school. So for all my friends in high school that's listening to this, I'll tell y'all, some people from high school know why I got goals, and I did it for a reason. Like, my class really set precedent. Shout out to 2005 class from Harrison, William Henry Harrison High School. Okay, y'all get a clap. But guys, my class really set precedent, even in the town, Harrison, and everything, to make like it okay for like black people and to be considered equal with them. Like, oh, I'm telling you. So when a teacher did that, I raised my hand and said, so is it more dangerous for me to walk around on the street in Indiana that says no niggers loud, or downtown Cincinnati where it doesn't have a tag on it? Like, who's in more danger? People don't think about that. Who's in more danger? I said the only thing I see downtown is if a white person come down there, most things people want to do is be like, you want some drugs? Because that's why white people do come downtown. They come in the hood. It's for drugs. Okay. So if we keeping it real, that's keeping it real. And it's not saying anything bad, like, hey, this and that. But is that a real statement? Yes. Is it true? It definitely is. And I was like, not too many, black people don't really target white people the way that white people target black people. And you be like, what are you talking about? Like, bro, they burn crosses in my yard. I ain't never seen no white person that lived in the hood. They came to their house, the whole neighborhood, and burned a cross in their yard. Stop playing with me. And don't insult me. And you get what I'm saying? And I remember I was arguing with a girl, and I was like, that's why I stopped being your friend, because you didn't even know I was going through racist stuff. And she's like, what do you mean? Like, you're going to sit up here and say that I didn't go and experience racism, discrimination, or nothing, when there's a whole ton of other white people that live up here that would say she did. We had to say something too, like, because I'm telling you, like, one time they turned off in lunch. We couldn't watch MTV or BET because they played black people on there. But we could watch the station where they played country music and only aired white people. My class was not going for that. I remember they had a whole petition for me. Like, that's not fair to Nikita. And that's what they put it as, because I was there. And they was like, that's not really fair to Nikita. Like, we actually like and listen to this other music. We want to watch BET. And if you know what I'm talking about this particular day, this is an actual true statement. So what I will say is, I don't judge. When I'm talking to my white friends, they don't say nothing. They know who I'm talking to, who I'm talking about, and different things like that. But at the same time, like, they don't never be offended when I say, oh, my white friend, like, or white people. Like, when I'm saying, like, the racist white people, if they're not racist, they never get offended. So I want to say, like, if you get offended by hearing someone say, by having someone say, like, oh, racist white people, like, then that means that maybe all in all, you might feel like you're borderline, racist or something. I mean, that's just my opinion. Like, cause the whole thing is, I remember I was at the bar and I was talking to one of the girls, and when I was in junior high, and like she really, like, I guess you could call it bullying, but like she really made junior high suck, seventh grade, like half of seventh grade suck, like real talk. And she's like, the one thing, she apologized to me. And she told me like why she was the way she was. She broke it down like, hey, you know, this is what my mom taught me. But she said the thing that you taught me, and if you don't mind me saying it, like, say it how you want to say it. Cause I don't really get offended. And she was like my black friend, like she called me her black friend, but she was like, you know, and she said that like black people, and she's like, 'cause some black people really get offended when I say it like that. And I was like, nah, I don't get offended by it too much. Like I done been through the falls in the fields with some of y'all, but it's the point that you actually took your time out to apologize to me for being racist to me and doing crazy stuff. Like I remember that girl used to like throw stuff at me. I used to be like, if I ever catch you outside school, I'm beating you up. I never will fight in school. That's just one of my things. I was like, nah, when I catch you outside, I'm gonna beat you up. And I never seen her outside. And but she was woman enough to come up to me in the middle of a bar, because she seen like everybody who she hang with cool with me. And so it's not saying anything wrong, but we were all just sitting up there talking. And I remember when I walked into the bar, I would never forget it. I was in Indiana and I walked in the bar, and a lot of people from Harrison was there that know me. They was like, oh my gosh, Nikita. I'm talking about when they say Nikita, it'd be super loud. And I always used to stay getting in trouble in high school. I would never be loud, but everybody else I was around was super loud when they see me. And it was like, well, Nikita, you're being loud. I said, but you ain't hear me. And some of the people, some of my white friends would sit there and was like, but it was us being loud. And the only person that you said something to was Nikita. I'm trying to figure out why. And I think you're saying it because she's black. And you feel like black women are loud. Like, hey, my one friend went in. Like, hey, man, that shout out to my baby. But I just want to tell y'all something. Like, it's really amazing, like, when you could just, like, talk to people. And I never tell people, like, listen, if this is how you talk, then talk that way. I'm not going to tell you how to talk. I'm not your mama. I'm not your daddy. I'm not you. However you feel like you need to talk that way. If that's the way you need to express yourself, then express yourself that way. But I'm not going to pop you in your mouth. Like, bro, like, no. Like, a white person cannot call me a nigger and I'll be offended. That's on everything. I don't be offended by that word. Baby, you're going to have to top me something different for me to get offended. But I already been through that. And I learned that people wanted that reaction from me at a very young age. They wanted me to be upset. They wanted me to punch on them and fight them and stuff so I could get in trouble technically. But they never got in trouble for calling me out my name. So you know what I did? I mastered that skill at a very young age. And I used to be like, and I know what you are, but you know, what's rubber is glue, stick to you. Bounce off me, stick to you. And it just stay there. And so I learned like a very valuable lesson today. Like today on Friday the 13th was really amazing for me. Like, guys, I don't think y'all understand. Like, I love when Friday the 13th come on, because if you are a spiritual person and you know what I know, it's kind of like Friday the 13th is a really blessed day. Like, real talk, it's a real super blessed day. And I love the energy on Friday the 13th. But I just like really experienced like some really good stuff today. And I wanted to come on here and talk to y'all, like, and just basically just talk for real. Like, and just tell y'all, like, sometimes I understand people. I get people on a deeper level. And I don't think some things are fair. And people don't understand that. Like, I really, when you sit back and you think about history and you can feel like people's pain and you're an empath, if you actually feel something when you talk about something, it just don't feel right. You want to cry. That's because maybe you feel the pain of those people. And that's what I always tell people, that, like, I was like, bro, it was at one point in time, like, y'all was supposed to leave black people alone. Y'all went over here, took a whole town out, and then put the town underneath water. Like, this is a known fact in Atlanta. Like, come on, man. Like, this is crazy. Like, over there, I think it's down there in Georgia, but I don't know if it's a part of Atlanta, but I know it's in Georgia for sure. They talk about it, it's a part of a lake, but it's where black people used to stay at. And they like went through and killed everybody in town when there was not supposed to do that. And it's like, and like I told my teacher sitting in high school, I said, when in history have you seen black people target anyone for real? Like, we might target our own, and not even saying that we do that for real. It's like, that's a reason behind it, whatever. But when have you ever seen us target someone because of their skin color? We might come off to people like, oh, well, you know what your ancestors did? Like, yes. And a lot of people don't understand, like, when you're actually studying ethics, I love ethics, by the way. That was like one of my favorite classes that I have taken besides world religion. And when you study about like racism on a deeper level, like, where did it start from? Where did it come from? And it's like, okay, and the people who like oppose it. And one of the reasons why they oppose it is they're like, it causes a lot of stress, a lot of health issues. Imagine this person has been dealing with depression and different things like that, but they're only dealing with depression and stuff because of what their ancestors went through. So imagine your ancestors didn't heal that. That's been passed down to another generation, and they're still feeling that. So yes, they do need some reparations. This is even in a 2022. Because that's when I took this class. That's in a 2022 book, and it's updated. It's current. When I say that book is current, it's so current to the point where when we finished class, it put up like we're gonna have a new edition with what's that? With the update with the Roe versus Wade. Like, come on now, like, it's that updated. Like, it was talking about the things that need to happen for like different people, how the society has made it to where black people don't succeed. And that's where I was trying to basically get at with my caseworker. She wasn't understanding what I was saying, but that's because you didn't want to. You heard what I was saying. That's the reason why you had to get off the phone. Get what I'm saying? You heard exactly what I said. But some people, they like to run from that. They are like, oh, I heard you. But when they know that you made a point, they be like, no, I got to go. I bet you do. Have a great day. I just wanted to let you know, like, God's watching. God sees, hears, and all. They ain't skipped a beat. Karma gonna be hitting the block. And if y'all know me, y'all know I felt her. I'm like, I was like, that's funny. I was just talking to somebody else, and then the boss lady called me like, girl, I don't care. I do not care. And I just want to tell y'all something, like, be you. Don't let nobody tell you not to use your voice, and you know you got a voice. Like, my boyfriend was like, man, I think you should be a part of city council. Man, you got that voice. Like, you really do. And I remember when I got discriminated against at my college, the lady was like, she said that when she was growing up, she always wanted to be like a governor and work in a Senate office. But she said she didn't have the voice. So here I come with this powerful voice. And then look at me talking. Like, anytime I talk, people look. And so it's kind of like sometimes when people see something that they really want to be, they be intimidated by you, and they started to attack you. And that's what she did. She attacked me. And I was like, and she told me the only reason why she didn't agree with me was because I was a black woman. I was like, wow. And she's black. It was so crazy because shout out to Treyway. I called Trey and I was telling Trey, I was like, man, listen, man, let me tell you what happened. He was like, I bet she a black woman, ain't she? I was like, yeah. He's like, it's crazy. And I was like, most people don't know about that discrimination, black on black crime with women. And then, you know, sometimes it'd be the colorism. And then people be like, oh, it's only light skinned people that do colorism. No, baby, it's black, it's dark women that do colorism too. And y'all feel like whenever we express our feelings about that something's wrong. I'm going to have a whole conversation about colorism. But in general, guys, I just want y'all to stay in a good, positive energy. But guys, stop discriminating against people. It's it's 2023. Like, it's like time to grow up and be real. Like, people should be able to have a conversation without you getting offended. Like, real talk. Like, I don't really get offended by too much, and I really keep the door open, and I do not judge people. Like, hey, I'm not here to judge you. I'm not the judge. You are the judge. You can say that, hey, and here's the thing that most people don't understand why I don't judge. You can sit up here and say, prime example, you can sit up there and say, man, I robbed a bank. But what happens if you just clout chasing and you ain't really rob a bank at all? Get what I'm saying? Like, some people say certain stuff to try to fit in. It's been that way. So who knows if you telling the truth? The only person know who telling the truth is you. I mean, the only thing I could do is, like, if you're talking to me and asking for my advice, I can just coach you to it. But other than that, I can't really do too much, guys. Like, and I'm really am a person. I have always been like that. If you know anybody who know me since elementary, they would tell you, like, I just don't be on that. For real. I'm real calm, cool, collective. I be watching everything going on. Like, you acting crazy. I ain't finna participate in something that takes something away from me that I might need in the long run. Like, nah, I'm cool. But I ain't about to be silent because somebody mad because they can't speak the way that I do. Because that's basically what she was saying. Like, oh, you don't have merit to speak the way that you're speaking because it's not grounded. Like, no, baby, what you're not going to do is try to silence me when I'm talking. I don't care who you are. Matter of fact, I will come down there to your job and have a little sign that say what I said. Hey, y'all need to sign this petition. Like, everybody should be signed. Everybody's signature should be on that petition for reparations for Black people. Are you serious right now? You can't not be serious. Like, it's too much history with that. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at yourself. Be mad at your ancestors. Don't be mad at me. But I don't judge people for something that their people did. Like, hey, I can't do that, but it is owed, and y'all owe a debt. So at some point, y'all should all get together to be like, pay this debt so we can move on. Like, we could be happy. We can be at peace with one another. So I say that, but I'm telling y'all guys, don't let nobody silence y'all. And I'm just here to tell my side of the story about, you know, what I experienced today. But you know what I did, though? I still was in a good mood. And that's what I think kills a lot of people sometimes. Is like, even if they try to shut you down and tell you, like, no, don't be quiet. Be quiet. Like, nah, I'm good. I remember talking to my teacher in third grade. And she was telling me, I told her, I said, I don't want to be no pilgrim or an Indian. I don't feel right. Like, I don't think that's right. I don't want to participate. And she's like, why? Is it because I feel like they stole this land and they were, you know, killing people. But at that time, I was in third grade, so I didn't know what actual, you know, rape was. But that's the, you know, now that I'm older and I'm looking back and I'm like, yeah, that was the feeling that I was feeling was that. And I was like, well, you're sitting up here telling me that this didn't happen, but I'm telling you it did. I'm telling you that this land wasn't called North America. It was definitely called Turtle Island. So I'm really confused on what you got going on right now. So it's like when you're talking to certain people, and I was like, I just don't want to participate. I don't have to participate. I don't want to participate in something that's go against my culture, my people. And I literally had to go. I got suspended from school because she said I hit her, but I never hit her at all. And if you were in my third grade class, you know I never hit that teacher. I just told her I didn't want to participate. But then she told my mom a whole different story. And, you know, and that kind of silenced me because I'm like, I was always speaking my truth. I always spoke truth. If I felt like something was wrong, it was wrong. If I felt like it was right. And like, if you know me in school, I was always good in history. I never studied. If you know me in school, the one thing I never really studied and picked up a book and really actually researched was history, social studies. I never picked up the book and read through that ever. How would I know the information? How would I be passing tests with 100% if I never read the book? Obviously, I might know. So I'm just saying, like, I just don't agree with some of the things that they teach. Even now, like, it's coming out that some of the things they have taught in public schools is incorrect. all the way. Like I was literally telling some girl, college class in art, I said I didn't want to use Mount Rushmore for high relief, even though it is, because, you know, it's built over sacred grounds and people are trying to get the monument taken down because it's a disrespect to our culture. She's like, I didn't think that was true. That's not true. I'm like, oh, well, here you go. Bam. And this is on history.org, a fact checker. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you're doing citations, then this is a great site for fact check. Okay. Even though I told her without even really checking it, but I was telling her that because when I was studying under my apprentice and she was talking about this was going on and why she was out there and why she couldn't do class that day was because she was out there participating. And I told her and I sent her a few links. I said, so before you come talk to me, make sure you do your research because maybe what you were taught in school ain't always right. And the information is out there. Like the real information about what's really going on is actually out there. It's just that some people don't take their time out to actually research what they were being taught. You get what I'm saying? I'm one of the people I always research what a person tells me, say, whatever, because I like that. Not because you do, but because I'm that type of person. I don't care about anything else. I care about what I care about. You care about what you care about. And that's fine. But we got to come to common grounds. Okay. Like, and that's the thing that I really learned about certain people, that they don't really do research. They just go with what they're being taught. And that's it. Like, no, I don't believe half of that stuff. Like literally, it's a lot of things like these schools be teaching and different things. I think I might do a whole episode about that, like how I feel about that. But guys, like it's Friday the 13th. Just really enjoy it. Enjoy this and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy that's coming in. Heal, let go of the things that you need to let go of, and just be you, be vibrant. It's Friday the 13th. And I was just shining some light on some things that I went through today. And I just want to tell y'all, sending y'all love and light. Turn up, be you. Don't allow anyone else not to be you. And if you like to dance at the gas station or in Kroger's, then dance. Don't let nobody tell you can't do what you want to do. You pay your taxes. This is technically your land, right? Do it. So it's the Pretty Red ENT show. Your girl goddess Nikita, aka Pretty Red ENT, is checking out, sending love and light. And if no one told you they loved you today, just know that I love you. And I'm wishing love on everybody who hear this, okay? It's the Pretty Red ENT show.